This is Story Recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a horror mystery thriller film called Us. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. An advertisement for Hands Across America plays on television. The fundraiser event encourages everyone to join hands across the United States to fight hunger and poverty. The TV then turns off, reflecting the face of the young girl watching it. In 1986, a young girl named Adelaide travels to the beach with her parents in Santa Cruz, California. Her father plays a game at the carnival and wins Adelaide a Michael Jackson Thriller shirt. She quickly slips on the baggy shirt and follows her parents as they proceed to the next attraction. Her mother heads to the ladies' room, leaving Adelaide with her father. While her father is preoccupied with another game, Adelaide wanders around. She sees a homeless man with a Bible verse play card before coming across a funhouse full of mirrors. Adelaide walks inside, but the lights turn off. Alone in the dark, she whistles a song to calm herself down. To her surprise, someone whistles along with her. Frightened, Adelaide steps back, searching for the other person. Her back touches a mirror, but her reflection doesn't move with her when she turns around. When the girl finally faces her, Adelaide's eyes swell with fear. In the present day, Adelaide is now cruising along the road with her husband, Gabriel Wilson, and their two children, Jason and Zara. While the family is having lunch at their beach house, Jason shows off his magic tricks with a lighter. Gabriel suggests going to the beach nearby, but Adelaide is uncomfortable about it. Her traumatic experience at that beach still haunts her. After the event at the funhouse, her parents had taken her to a therapist who diagnosed Adelaide with PTSD. Adelaide refused to speak since that night, so the therapist instructed them to encourage her to communicate in other ways, such as reading, writing, or even dancing. Later that day, Gabriel tells Adelaide how Jason is looking forward to visiting the beach, hoping to convince her to go. Their children haven't been to the beach since their grandmother died. After some persuading, Adelaide reluctantly agrees. As the family drives to the beach, a ghost from Adelaide's past appears. They pass by an ambulance where a man is being loaded into it. Upon closer look, Adelaide recognizes him as the same homeless man that she spotted with the play card many years ago. Soon after they arrive at the beach to join the Tylers, an upper-class family made up of Kitty, Josh, and their twin daughters, Gwen and Maggie. Their bond is tenuous as the girls are indifferent and the fathers have an ongoing competitiveness. While the kids are at the beach, Kitty and Adelaide catch up, but Adelaide seems disinterested in Kitty's bragging. At the same time, Zora watches the twins doing cartwheels from a distance. The twins tell Zora that her brother is weird, but she defends them. Jason wanders on his own and comes across a man with his arms stretched out and dripping in blood. When Adelaide glances up to check on her children, she discovers that Jason is missing. All hell breaks loose for a split second. The family searches for him, and when Adelaide finally finds Jason, she dashes towards him and hugs him as tightly as she can, terrified that Jason might encounter the same fate as she did. Back at home, with the lights turned off and their children in bed, Gabriel and Adelaide head to their bedroom. While Gabriel is excited about fun activities for tomorrow, Adelaide is tense and nervous as she peers out the window. She finally tells Gabriel about her childhood trauma and fears that her doppelganger is still on her tail. Gabriel is skeptical of her story, but soon believes her and tells her not to worry. Just then, the power goes out. As Gabriel prepares to start up the backup generator, Jason informs his parents that there's a family in their driveway. Outside, a family stands with their hands linked, shrouded in shadows. Adelaide immediately dials 911 as Gabriel tries to persuade the family to leave, first with insults, then with a bat. However, the strange family isn't having any of it, and the large man heads forward. Gabriel retreats inside, where Adelaide holds the children. Gabriel prepares his bat, ready to fight the potential intruder. Eventually, the strange family barges into their home. The Wilsons attempt to fight back and escape, but they're overpowered. The large man shatters Gabriel's leg, forcing the Wilsons into the living room. There, the Wilsons come face to face with their intruders, who look exactly like them. The Wilsons are terrified to see their own faces in front of them, clad in red jumpsuits and holding menacingly sharp scissors in hand. With the two families facing each other, the tension between them rises. Red, Adelaide's doppelganger, tells a story in a hoarse voice. She describes a girl who had a shadow. Whatever the girl accomplished, the shadow was compelled to reflect in far worse circumstances. She reveals that just as life exists above, it also exists below in a way they don't have control. When Adelaide ate tasty dinners, Red ate raw rabbits. And when Adelaide fell in love with Gabriel, Red met Abraham. a cruel man she did not love but was compelled to be with. Red was forced to cut her baby from her body with her own hands when Adelaide required a C-section. Confused, Gabriel inquires who they are, to which Red smiles and mumbles, "We are Americans." Red forces Adelaide to handcuff herself into the table, while Abraham drags Gabriel outside, where he knocks him out. Red then lets Zora escape the house with her doppelganger, Umbre, close on her tail, and she forces Jason to play with Pluto, his masked doppelganger. Adelaide advises Jason to show off his tricks, so Jason leads him into a small closet. In the middle of the night, the Wilsons are forced to battle for their lives against their own selves. After sprinting for a long time, Zora believes she has outrun Umbre, but when she stops running, Umbre emerges on the roof of a car in front of her. When the car owner hears the noise, he immediately confronts them. Umbre murders him with scissors, while Zora flees back to the house. On the other hand, Abraham pulls the unconscious Gabriel to the family speedboat and places him inside a bag. Gabriel finally wakes up just as Abraham attempts to fix the malfunctioning motor. Gabriel swings his bat across Abraham's leg, causing him to fall overboard. The motor suddenly powers on, tossing Gabriel into the ocean as well. He eventually climbs back on the boat, but Abraham grabs him and attacks. As Abraham points the scissors into Gabriel's face, Gabriel slams his head on the motor, powering it on. The motor pulls Abraham into the water, where he's crushed to death. Back at the closet, Jason learns that Pluto repeats his movements. When he removes his mask, he discovers that the lower half of Pluto's face has been charred away. Jason dazzles him with a magic trick, but when Pluto demands that he repeat the feat, he successfully confines him in the closet and escapes. At the same time, Red keeps Adelaide hostage in the living room and begins slamming her face into the glass table. The uproar generated by Jason's escape drives her away. In a hurry, Adelaide obtains the fire poker, smashes the table leg, and takes Jason. They are reunited with Zora and Gabriel, and the Wilsons flee on the boat as Red and Pluto watch them. Meanwhile, the Tylers are getting ready for bed in their beautiful home, unaware of what is happening to their friends. Josh is relaxing when Kitty reports hearing a commotion outside. Kitty pushes Josh to investigate, to which he pretends to see something only to scare her. The twins then come out of their rooms, where their doppelgangers stab them. Their doubles have taken over the Tylers' house in the blink of an eye. Unlike the Wilsons, they are not able to fight back. When the Wilsons arrive at the Tylers for help, Adelaide immediately runs through their door. Josh greets her, but Adelaide realizes that it's not him. She hits him with a fire poker in the head. However, she is dragged into the house while Gabriel distracts Josh's double. Zora and Jason run inside the house, where Zora picks up her mother's fire poker. They find Josh's and Kitty's bodies on the floor. Jason sees a heavy gem display and grabs it as his weapon. As they head upstairs, they find the twins' bodies. One of the twins' doppelgangers flips in front of them, prompting Zora to strike her with the fire poker immediately. She tumbles down the bottom floor. The other twin attacks, and Zora beats her to death. Meanwhile, Kitty double applies lipstick and admires her beauty in front of the mirror. She then focuses her attention on Adelaide, who is cuffed in bed. The other Kitty points the scissors on Adelaide's cheek but hesitates. Instead, she cuts her own face with a big smile. Outside, Gabriel lures Josh's doppelganger to the speedboat, where he fires a flare gun at him. This doesn't work, so Gabriel lunges forward and attacks the doppelganger. In the bedroom, Kitty's doppelganger hears her husband's yells of pain. She cries in silent agony, but soon laughs. As she laughs, Zora sneaks in and prepares to strike her with a golf club. However, Kitty's doppel stops her, then pins her to the bed. Adelaide begs for her daughter's life as Kitty's double raises her scissors at Zora. Suddenly, Jason hits her on the head with his weapon. Later that night, they gather to figure out what is going on. The Wilsons turn on the television and learn from a news broadcast that the red-clad doubles have mysteriously appeared and are killing people all over the country. The doubles have joined hands, similar to Hands Across America. Gabriel wishes to seek sanctuary in the house, but Adelaide insists that they keep going and escape. Adelaide is convinced that the only way to survive is to go to Mexico. They decide to take the Tylers' car, but when Adelaide searches for the keys, a still-living doppelganger attacks her, whom Adelaide instantly kills. As Zora starts the vehicle, they notice Umbre on the road. The family buckles up as Zora decides to hit Umbre. However, the double runs over the car, and she starts attacking using her scissors from the car's roof. Zora stops the car, making Umbre drop to the windscreen. She then speeds up and stops abruptly, causing Umbre to fly into the woods, eventually leading to her death. The following morning, the Wilson family proceeds to drive on their way to Mexico. The world, however, is rife with death. Streets are littered with abandoned cars and dead bodies. They turn a corner and find their old vehicle burning on the beachfront, with Pluto standing in front of it. Adelaide gets out to fight him. However, using a strange connection with his double, Jason realizes that it's a trap and orders everyone to leave the car as it is lined with fuel beneath. When Pluto is about to ignite the fuel, Jason walks backward, forcing Pluto to copy him and step back into the burning car. Just as the family believes it's all over, Red grabs Jason. Adelaide pursues them, while Zora and Gabriel notice that the beach is swarming with red-clad doppelgangers who are holding hands. Adelaide returns to the funhouse and descends into an underground tunnel filled with free-roaming rabbits. She meets Red inside a room, and Red tells her how the Tethered was formed by scientists to govern the people above. However, they were eventually abandoned, driving them to insanity. Red recalls the moment she and Adelaide crossed paths at the funhouse, wondering why Adelaide didn't take her with her. Then she explains the pivotal time in the Tethered's lives. During their childhood, Adelaide danced smoothly on stage, while Red perfectly copied the moves, gliding across the floor with ease. When the other Tethers saw Red dance, they recognized that she was unique and that Red would be the one to bring them into the light. Red came up with a plan to claim their spot on the surface. It took her a long time, but she finally formed a strategy with everyone in the tunnel, which is being carried out now. Now that she has Adelaide in her clutches, Red intends to murder her and live the life she should have been granted. After a long chase and scuffle, Adelaide overpowers Red by impaling her with a fire poker. As Red fades away, she begins to whistle Adelaide's song back when she was young. Adelaide strangles her to death before she can finish, permanently killing her Tethered. A little while later, Adelaide finds Jason in a locker. When his mother tries to look him in the eyes, Jason looks at her curiously. She consoles him by assuring them that they are safe. The family reunites in an ambulance and departs. Everything appears to be okay, and they enjoy a moment of relief. However, as Adelaide drives, she remembers when she first met Red. Back in 1986, the young girl in the mirror lunges and chokes Adelaide by the neck. She leads the unconscious Adelaide beneath the tunnel, where she steals her Thriller shirt and heads above the ground. Jason looks at her as he realizes the truth. He reluctantly puts on his mask, while Adelaide grins a little. Meanwhile, the red-clad doppelgangers proceed with their protest by holding hands across the country, with news and police aircrafts examining them from above. Red's plan comes to fruition as most of the Tethered has taken over the country. However, she does not live long enough to enjoy her victory, as Adelaide, the real Tethered one, overpowers her once again. The young Adelaide's actions to replace the real Adelaide have given the Tethered a leader who led them to the surface, and thus plunging the world into chaos. The true Tethered, Adelaide, wins, and nothing stops her from living the life above the ground, not even her son, Jason.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.